Fake news has acquired a certain legitimacy after being named Word of the Year by Collins, following what the dictionary called its ubiquitous presence over the last 12 months. Collins Dictionary's lexicographers, who monitor the 4.5 billion word Collins corpus, said that usage of the term had increased by 365% since 2016. The phrase, often capitalized, is frequently a feature of Donald Trump's rhetoric. In the last few days alone, he has tweeted of how the fake news is working overtime in relation to the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential elections, and of how fake news is weak. Trump has used the term frequently, and claimed last week to have invented it. The media is really the word. One of the greatest of all the terms I've come up with is fake. I guess other people have used it, perhaps over the years, but I've never noticed it, he told an interviewer. This etymology was disputed by the dictionary. Collins said that fake news started being used in the noughties on U.S. television to describe false, often sensational, information disseminated under the guise of news reporting. Its usage has climbed since 2015, according to the dictionary, and really took off this year, with its ubiquity to be acknowledged with a place in the next print edition of the Collins Dictionary. A number of other words related to politics and current affairs were also in its list of the words of the year. Echo chamber, defined as an environment, especially on a social media site, in which any statement of opinion is likely to be greeted with approval because it will only be read or heard by people who hold similar views, has seen a steady increase in usage over the last 5 years, while Antifa saw its usage rise by almost 7,000% following violent clashes between anti-fascist protesters and the far right, particularly in the U.S. Corbyn mania, up by 310%, was also on the list. Collins said the term for fervent enthusiasm for Jeremy Corbyn first emerged in 2015 and after a dip last year made a striking comeback in 2017 as the Labour leader impressed on the campaign trail. Much of this year's list is definitely politically charged, but with a new president in the US and a snap election in the UK, it is perhaps no surprise that politics continues to electrify the language, said Collins' head of language content, Helen Newstead. Quick guide: noun, false, often sensational, information disseminated under the guise of news reporting. Noun 1, an anti-fascist organization. 2, a member of an anti-fascist organization. Adjective 3, involving, belonging to, or relating to an anti-fascist organization. Noun, fervent enthusiasm for Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the UK Labour Party. Noun, the period of autumn and winter, when single people are considered likely to seek settled relationships rather than engaging casual affairs. Noun, an environment, especially on a social media site, in which any statement of opinion is likely to be greeted with approval because it will only be read or heard by people who hold similar views. Noun, a small toy comprising 2 or 3 prongs arranged around a central bearing, designed to be spun by the fingers as means of improving concentration or relieving stress. Adjective, not identifying exclusively with one gender rather than another. Noun, an economy in which there are few permanent employees and most jobs are assigned to temporary or freelance workers. Adjective, of a relating to the photo-sharing application Instagram. Noun 1, an imaginary creature depicted as a white horse with one long spiraled horn growing from its forehead, regarded as symbol of innocence and purity. 2, a recently launched business enterprise that is valued at more than $1 billion. Thank you for your feedback. Fake news, either as a statement of fact or as an accusation, has been inescapable this year, contributing to the undermining of society's trust in news reporting. Given the term's ubiquity and its regular usage by President Trump, it is clear that Collins' Word of the Year is very real news. Other words selected by Collins for its list of new and notable words that reflect an ever-evolving language include gender fluid, defined as not identifying exclusively with one gender rather than another, which increased in use by 65% over the last year. Cuffing season, defined as the period of autumn and winter when single people are considered likely to seek settled relationships rather than engaging casual affairs. And fidget spinner, the toy that is being twirled by children across the UK. Gig economy, defined as an economy in which there are few permanent employees and most jobs are assigned to temporary or freelance workers, also makes the list, as does Insta, relating to social media app Instagram. The remaining new words and meanings will be added to collinsdictionary.com, and considered for inclusion in future print editions of the dictionary.